Hi, Biz Besties. Welcome back to our podcast. My name is Jen.
And my name is Mia, and this is the Biz Besties podcast where we talk about all things entrepreneurship. So last episode, we talked about our journeys and how we got to where we are today. And this episode, we wanted to talk all things marketing because it's the biggest part of both of our businesses, how we even experienced growth within our businesses, how we're even here 9 years later, 6 years later. It's marketing.
And how marketing is a very important aspect in building a business. Online, in person, word of mouth, and all of that.
So last time I kind of just rushed through my journey and I didn't really talk too much. So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Because marketing was a big part of how I even got from my first year of lashing to my second year to my third year and on and on. So my first year was when Jen certified me, and like I said, I was working 9 to 5 at that time, so I was only taking clients in the evenings. I think I started with about 20 free sets. I asked my sisters-in-law, I asked my besties, I asked any girlfriends, do you want free lashes? I'm practicing. I just got certified. And they all were super down. Love that. So I gave them a lash set for free. And when I felt like I was ready is when I started charging.
Yeah.
And when Jen certified me, she gave me like a blueprint of how to start out your pricing when you're a beginner lash tech. Because then, of course, as you get better and better, you raise your pricing. So I started out $50 sets, maybe full sets. And that's definitely beginner pricing because now my full sets are like $120 and above. But she emphasized to me in the beginning, post every day. And I was like, yeah, definitely. And it's so hard. If you are not used to posting, it's so hard to get into a rhythm of posting consistently and creating content and also not using the same content, trying to be creative. Like, it's a whole different thing. And we wanted to emphasize the importance of marketing in your business because for someone who starts any business, say you're starting a product business or something like you're selling services like lashing, you need to market every day. You need to market every day. And if we are to start our business, post once, look at the analytics and be like, oh, it got no traction, that it's not enough. You need, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I check analytics like every day. Ever since they added that option on Instagram, because they did not have that option.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what year they added that. The insights and analytics part.
All business owners should always look at your analytics. I, for one, I'm a data girly. I love looking at data. I love visuals and using that to see my growth. So I made this lash data graph chart for all of my earnings for the last 6 years of my business. And it was very beautiful because year one was very low, but then year two, it was this much higher. Year three, it was this much higher. Year four, and then I told you the last 2 years of my business, I've been full-time lashes. It was enough to replace my 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I was able to build my business up that much and it's still growing, like year 5 was even more, year 6 was even more. Having that visual, being able to see your growth, because when you see that year one, when you see those low numbers, it's devastating.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. It can easily make you, I'm gonna quit. This business isn't businessing.
You can't see the analytics or insights unless you are a business page, because on a personal page you can't see those numbers. I honestly don't know anything about Facebook and TikTok, so I don't know how they work with analytics data and all of that, but I bet they have something. But for Instagram, you do need to have a business page. So if you are going to start with a personal page, when you start lashing, you have more following on a personal page. Make sure you change it to a business page when you are finally ready for that step so you can see the analytics and everything.
So Jen, I feel like when you started your business, from the get go, you were already in this mindset of posting all the time. Not
Yeah.
everyone is in that mindset to start with, nor do they even know how to get into that mindset. So describe your mindset at that time.
You know what's crazy? It was in college, and Snapchat and Twitter was like the thing in college. And it's so funny because I used to tweet. Do you remember my tweeting days? I used to just tweet like, not believe it's raining outside.
I'm walking to the store. I'm leaving the store.
Yeah. And I was just really into sharing honestly what I'm doing. I really liked it. I really liked sharing what I was doing to see if someone else was gonna read it, see if someone was gonna reply to me or
Okay, so
like relate.
you were a natural poster.
I was a natural poster all the way.
Because not everyone is. Some people just don't use social media at all. They have it, but they're scrollers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it changed because I wasn't as confident as I was in high school compared to like freshman in college. When I joined a sorority, I swear to you, being with women who want to empower you, women who just kept saying you're beautiful. Oh my God, you're so pretty. I love that outfit. I think my mindset was so different because in high school, people were like, did you see what she wore? Did you see her jeans? Oh my God. Like now, thrifting is like the thing. And like back then, like, did you see she was wearing flare leggings or whatever? You know? And I feel like high school was just mean. High school was just mean. And I wanted to stay out of that bubble. And I felt like I was hindering myself. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be on the spotlight. Like, and I think it was like a whole like cultural thing too. Being Filipino, you should be humble, you shouldn't show skin. I don't. That's how I was raised. My mom is very like, what is that word?
Traditional.
Traditional.
Old school.
Old school. Like literally.
So, how would you say you got over the whole, when it came to posting, how would you say you got over the whole, oh, what will people think about me? Oh, am I cringe?
Yeah, going back to being in an environment and circle with women who want to empower you and support you and love you for who you are really changed the game for me. And basically, it's the people who you hang out with. Like, if someone's going to come out here who is your friend and is telling you, why did you post that? Like, what? Why do you care? You should be just rooting for me. And at that time in college, like freshman year, oh my God, everyone's just like different. And I still have my best friends. I still have Mia and Monica, but like, we're still living our separate lives in college. So the people you hang out with in college or wherever, whenever, it's they matter internally and mentally. And like if someone's gonna dim my light, I'm gonna feel that way. So that's why when I was posting and sharing things, all my sorority sisters would like root for me.
I love that.
Like the circle that you hang out with is very important when making any type of, I mean, content is kind of scary. It is scary and you fear what other people think of you. But if you let the people that you care about see this content rooting for you, that gives me more of like a fire. Like, I'm going to keep doing this because the people who love me are proud of me. And those are the only ones that matter.
Also, in regards to your business, those those people's opinions don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
If someone shares their opinion and they never post, they don't have a business, it's like, why am I even listening to you?
Yeah.
It's true. Like, whose opinion do I want to hear? I want to hear Jen's opinion because she is all about marketing. She's all about posting. She's all about her business. Jen, what do you think about how I'm posting? What do you think about the content I'm sharing? Like, I think those are the opinions you should seek and ignore everything else.
But what if you don't have people like that? What if you have supportive friends, but they just don't have a business? They can't relate. So the only job that they can, or the only thing that they can do is support everything and then give you maybe some input to see in an outsider view because that's your market.
Mm-hmm.
You're not marketing. I mean, for lashes, like I'm marketing lash clients. I'm not marketing lash artists at that time, So of course I want to know the input from other people who may want to see my, marketing skills or how I'm posting and all that. So I honestly think the whole posting part mentally is like you need to be okay with yourself. You need to be happy with yourself. And if you're not, like, okay, get ready for the day, do your hair, do your makeup. And I know this whole, like, what is that, natural era, everyone body positivity. Yeah, then I feel if you're comfortable, if you're comfortable about yourself, you're going to be better off making content if versus you're not comfortable. And there's this whole movement of like being who you are. Like back then you're like, you can't do that. Back then I don't feel like you can do that. Like Snapchat, look at all the filters Snapchat had.
I think also in general, correct me if I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, yeah, when we were in high school, early college, we did care about what people thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say you just got to a point where you just didn't care.
Yeah.
And you definitely were just like, I'm gonna post whatever I want. I'm gonna post and then I'm gonna go. Like, if you also get into a habit of posting and then you're always looking at how many likes, always looking at how many comments. Oh my God, did people even like this? Let's just not even care.
You know what comment that really was just like to me where I was like, you know what, I don't care, is when someone told me that they didn't like me because I just said what I said. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like they didn't like me because I say what I want to say and feel and I act upon it and you know, like when I used to work at Five Guys.
Throwback.
Throwback.
We our first job together, juniors at James Logan High School. We worked at Five Guys in Fremont Hub.
Yeah, and I was so into work that I wanted to be promoted. I wanted to like be up there, and I'm like, why am I even trying to pamper these people?
Exactly.
Like I know I am a hard worker. I don't care if they don't like me or not. Like I am a hard worker. I'm here to work. I'm not here to please anyone. So I think that also got me to the point where if when someone told me, "Oh, they didn't like you for this," I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, why do I care?
Like, why do I care? And after that mindset of like, why do I care? Now I'm like, wait, I can do anything now. Yep. I can literally post on Insta, Snapchat, Twitter because, I mean, as long as I'm a good person, which I am, and how I market my business and how I can show that I'm a hard worker, my business is gonna be successful. And I think in the end of the day, if you're gonna market, you need to already put in like set that you're going to be successful. If you're not mentally telling yourself you're going to be successful, you're not going to be successful.
It's all a mindset. Don't care. Second of all, post.
Get the content.
Okay, so with that, how do you approach actually creating content, filming content, just that throughout your week, throughout your day?
Honestly, I'm not a pre-planner. I've seen those like videos and people like educating how you should pre-plan, but I'm just not a pre-planner. I feel like that's homework again. And that's literally why I freaking dropped out of school. Dropped out of college because I hated homework. I'm those people that like to do things with what is that, like that rush of the day, that
spontaneity.
No, it's like that adrenaline. Like, oh my god, I should post today. Like the day is almost ending. Like, oh my god, it's 5 p.m. Everyone's off. I should post something. So I'm more of a I'll take some videos, I'll edit, and then if I don't feel it right now, save to draft. And then okay, I'll edit something else. If I like it, post it. But I did those videos either that day because I get excited. I get excited when I make the content that day and then post it. And then like if there's a day where I don't have content, I go back into the content bank and recycle content.
Smart.
Yeah, so I'm more of like, okay, if I don't feel comfortable or confident that day, save to draft. Because another day, I'm going to be confident. I'm going to write a better caption.
And it will already be drafted, so half the work is done.
Yeah. Do you plan or like, what do you do? Sometimes I see your stories and I'm just like, this is recycled. Like,
okay, so this is hilarious because I am still learning from Jen. Yeah. Jen's so good at this. And so for me, I would say my first year, second year, I was consistent enough, not as consistent as Jen, consistent enough to build clientele, to make more money week after week, month after month. I definitely was growing my business. However, I would post and then I wouldn't post for a month. And then maybe I'll post consistently for a couple more days and then I would fall off. Like, and Jen is always here. Like, Mia, you haven't posted in 2 months. I'm like, I know, girl.
I know it's so crazy to see businesses. Like, I'm so happy you get clients, but I'm so surprised that you do sometimes.
So, with that, with me having a 9 to 5 and only side hustling with lashing, I definitely got to a point where I was getting too booked. Love that, mind you. I'm sure not a lot of people can even relate. Like, oh, I wish I could get too booked. I got to that point. Very happy for myself there. So there were times that I would straight up not post on purpose because
Oh, I remember that.
I'm too booked.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it's only because I have a 9 to 5. If you are full time in your business, you better be marketing. Imagine Jen, this is her full time. This is how she makes money for her family.
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't market,
I'm gonna be lost in the sauce.
yeah, there's nothing. Where's your income coming from?
Yeah.
It's a huge part of that. And then with me, when I would feel way too burnt out, way too booked. Oh, let's keep it to only my regulars, no more new clients. Like I definitely would not post on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it was slow again, that's when I'm posting the most.
Yeah.
To be honest, and I learned that from Jen. To this day, I'm still so
Yeah.
inconsistent with my marketing. When I'm consistent, I'm consistent. It's you'll see me every day on the timeline,
Yeah.
and then when I fall off, you don't see me at all.
And
It's hilarious.
I think that's a lot of people too.
Yes,
and
for sure.
Sometimes you need a mental break because there's days where I'm just like, I don't want to post anything, but I know I have to post. So I think in the end of the day, you just want to make sure your business is like doing okay. Like if you're doing okay without posting every day, that's okay.
Yeah, true.
But for me, I honestly think 50% I like posting. Like I like making content. I like showing different ways in making content, captions.
Love this. So if you're
Yeah.
having trouble with the whole act of creating content, act of actually posting, make sure you're doing something you love, or not just that, make sure it's you. Don't feel like you have to post something because you see other people posting it. Use that to get ideas. If there are other businesses on Instagram that are just like your business, you can learn from them. You can take ideas from the content they're posting, but don't feel pressured to do exactly that if it's not you. Figure out your own style, figure out your own aesthetic, because that will make you enjoy it.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it more.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh my God, if you scroll through my Instagram, you'll see how many times I've changed my theme. You'll see how many times I changed my pictures, my fonts. I don't archive a lot and I don't delete. I want people to scroll and I want people to see my journey. I want people to go all the way down. I used to have like maybe my 2 or 3 years, new clients would be like, oh, I scroll down all the way to your first picture.
Oh my God, they got time because you post a lot.
They were like, I just was stuck on your page, and this is before Reels. It's just photos.
Right.
And people liked the journey. And I think people are afraid to make this page or Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, so perfect. And that's why they stop. They don't market because they assume that the page needs to be perfect. But when I honestly see, like, for instance, real estate pages, and they look so professional, I'm just like, this is fake. Right? But like if I see a real estate page that shows me pictures of the house, it might not be the best quality, but a year later, the picture of the house is better quality. This person knows how to do the angles now. This person knows how to do reels. But I've seen the journey from the page. And I think Instagram and TikTok loves that. They love the journey. They love the changes. So don't be afraid to be like perfect and don't let that stop you because people will know when you're fake. I think people do.
Also, you are your own brand. Yeah, you have a business, but people are also following you because of you. Maybe you just don't realize it. So don't be afraid to post your own personal things, post your personal journey. Don't be afraid to post in general. It's all about not being afraid. It's all about not caring what people think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
And just making the content, just making. Oh, it's so crazy because I am making a new digital product and it's a workbook. I'm still trying to figure out the whole thing, but mindset, content, and consistency. Mindset before content is so important. Your content, good content, is important, and consistency, keeping it going. And I know you stop, but you still go. You don't completely stop. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like you'll stop for a month or two, but you'll come back. The people that stop.
Yeah, so when the times I do stop, say I feel like my books are full, I'm only
Mm-hmm.
taking regulars, it maybe I'm only stopping on Instagram because all the regulars that I do see where, I'm still cultivating my relationships with them every appointment. Those girls are still referring me other girls. So I'm getting new clients, but maybe I haven't posted in like weeks.
Yeah.
Um yeah, social media can be your biggest form of marketing, but do not knock something as simple as referrals.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've gotten so many clients from
Mm-hmm.
referrals just because my clients are out and about during their day. And so many girls are like, I love your lashes. Who did them? And then they refer to me. That's huge too.
But they go back to your Instagram. They go
True.
back to your work.
True. So then that's when you need to make sure your page has work.
Yes. Content.
Has content for them to look through, to scroll through.
Yeah.
Enough for them to want to even follow you. Because
Yeah.
people could look at your page and not press the follow button. Are you followable? And if all of this seems way too overwhelming for you, pay someone to do your marketing.
Yeah. Go on Fiverr, or get a virtual assistant. There's ways. I mean,
There's ways. As a business owner, you are either using your time or you're using your money to grow your business. We use our time right now because we take the time to create our own content, to post our own content, this, and that. And we don't spend money for marketing because we're doing it all on our
I
own.
was this close though.
I feel like you should get to a point where you hire an outside
But the
marketer.
only thing, 50% is I like posting.
Yeah, true.
I actually have my assistants at the salon and they give me a couple reels a day on days I want to have non-face content and I just have them make content for me. But I'm still the person who initiates the post. I make the caption, I make everything like pretty and organized, with fonts and stuff. I do all of it. I do minor edits, but overall, I think for me as a person, I do love content. I do love posting content. So compared to someone who loves posting content and someone who's okay off and on content,
hey, that's so real. Yeah.
Yeah. In the end of the day, we are like, okay, we still need to post the content.
Also, if you ever say you are being consistent with your marketing and your posting, and you ever have the question in your mind of, am I posting too much? Am I looking annoying on the timeline? Jen once told me some of the biggest businesses you see are posting 3 to 5 times a day on their socials. Those are the socials that have millions of followers, that have hundreds of thousands of followers. And those businesses, the successful businesses, are posting hella. So you can either want to be up there with them, or you can stick it at, once a week, once a month, but your business is going to be on the lower end. And it's true. So you can worry about, am I being annoying? Am I posting too much? But then again, that's just going to keep your business in this bracket. Do you want to be in the bigger bracket? That's a question you have to ask yourself.
I love that. I love the part where it's like, am I being annoying? I always think that when I post 3 reels a day and I'm like, fuck it. And I post it.
Yeah, me and Jen have done a couple of social media challenges together in the past where it'd be like 30 days, post once a day, post 5 stories, or something like that to that effect. Oh my God, it's so hard.
I actually just finished a content challenge with the girls at the salon, and I give the winner a $100 Amazon gift card.
Incentive.
Yes, and they just sent me the insights, and I swear I think it's the same winner. I think, but I had a runner-up, and I did not see her being a runner-up. I was like, oh, I'm making content now.
Yes, we love growth.
Yeah, like I think, again, it's the people you surround yourself with. I'm over here like, you guys need to post the content. I don't care what you post it. And like, of course, challenging each other and all of that. I think that's honestly the best way to get out of your comfort zone is doing it with someone.
Having that group, having that
Mm-hmm.
those challenge buddies to hold you accountable. Not even hold accountable. When we were doing that, we would do the challenge for the week. Then we'd gather one day a week and be like, okay, let's look at each other's insights. Let's look at analytics. How much did you jump? Because oh my gosh, as I was explaining my lash growth chart earlier, you can literally see spikes in my income, in my amount of clientele a week, the times we were doing these challenges.
Yeah.
The times where I was making it a thing to post so consistently, to post often, there was a huge spike in money, clients, income. You see results. Results are there.
Yeah. And I think that if you create the content, post it, or market that one time and you post it, it's going to still market because it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of not having anything, not having it go, to an audience. I feel like if you do post it, people will refer back for sure, and then will then book you or will then buy your product. I still to this day get like comments like vendor or like, because people want to DM me about stuff. So for sure, just having a portfolio.
Also, keep up with the algorithm. Back in the day when Jen was first starting, like you said, it was only pictures. There weren't reels yet, there weren't videos. So at that time, I think she was posting 3 pictures a day. Now we have reels. Now we have stories. So if you can keep up with the algorithm, the ever-changing algorithm, and what will boost your analytics, your insights, because I think right now it's like people saving, people sending to friends, and people commenting is like the biggest engagement.
Yeah.
That's a whole other
It's
thing.
actually
You gotta keep up with all that stuff.
It's actually watch time now.
Ooh.
So if your reel is enticing, your videos, your TikTok or whatever, the longer someone's watching your content, the more the algorithm is looking at your content like, okay, we should be pushing this content out. So yes, it's all about videos, to be honest.
So much
Yeah.
that we've learned over the years, and I hope you gained a lot of insight.
Analytics.
If you were at the beginning of your business and you have no idea how to get started, hopefully that was helpful. If you are in the middle of your journey and you have no idea how to grow, you feel kind of stagnant, hopefully that was helpful.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, we are your Biz Besties.
DM us.
We have just learned so much and have connected with so many people, women especially, through our journey, and it's only helped us grow.
Yes.
It's only made us more confident, like Jen said. And it's fun to just have people doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
So follow us on our Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Biz Besties Pod. And if you want to follow our personal pages, check in the details below.
Bye.
Bye.